Hi, my name's Leona from Supra ConsciousSoul, and this is your daily reading, or a reading just for now. It's like it's not time related, it can be any time you see it, but I just felt like I needed to do a reading. So the interesting thing is that while I was shuffling and meditating on the cards, I've already drawn your oracle cards just to save some time, but while I was shuffling and meditating on the cards, we had the Hermit fall out. So I thought, okay, it's a time to kind of go in ourselves. It's a time for study. It's a time for learning lessons. It's a time for going within so we can shine that light outwards after we've thought about it. It's like we find that light within ourselves and then we have to shine it out so that others can see, or so that to show that we're aware of where we're coming from. There's lessons to be learned, and the answers are all from the past, is what that's saying. Now, we also got the Ten of Swords that fell out, so there's definitely an ending, some kind of betrayal, some kind of completion, end of a cycle. Maybe it was mentally someone got to a point of like, I can't take this no more, what are we doing, rah, or somebody had a mental breakdown, somebody cut ties, and then the Seven of Cups fell out. So I felt like, okay, we've had this major ending, we've had this end of the cycle, and then the Seven of Cups is like, well, what do I do now? The Seven of Cups can be about rehearsing different plans in our heads. We're going over certain plans, certain expectations, but we're thinking about it so much that it doesn't actually manifest. It can also be about looking at the seven deadly sins. Is there one of those sins that is kind of prevalent right now? Maybe we're needing to look at one of those. Maybe it's greed. Maybe we're having to deal with greed in others. Maybe it's lust. Maybe it's gluttony, sloth. You know, we're looking at one of those things right now, possibly. Or it could just be that we're not feeling in a place where we're able to make a decision after this ending. It's like we've had this major ending, so what do we do? Now what? Where do we go from here, so to speak? Yeah? Do we keep investing in this? Can this really work? Okay. Ooh. So we've had the King of Wands, Justice, and the Strength card come out. That is some heavy cards. Right, let's see what else comes out. King of Swords in reverse. Two of Pentacles underneath the Justice card. Underneath the Strength, we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is a good position to have it in because it means we're releasing some of that mental anxiety, some of those things that are going to get us to that Ten of Swords again. We don't want to get to that Ten of Swords again so quickly. We don't want to be on a roller coaster here. Right, so we've got the Lovers cards. Oh, definitely a decision that needs to be made. We have the Fool, new beginnings. And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Now, underneath the deck, we have the Page of Swords. This can be about feeling defensive, feeling like, okay, I've just had that Ten of Swords. Oh, look what we've got underneath that. The Eight of Cups. And now we have a sequence. Remember I was telling you about the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Cups? And now we've got the Page of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So there is a definite sequence here. Right, we're looking at whether we want to invest in something. We're looking at logically whether this is a good idea or not, because we're trying to use our logic, but logic may be a bit clouded. But emotionally, we're like, do I want to walk away from this? Can I walk away from this? It feels like there's things that are hidden, things that you're like, will this ever get to that Ten of Cups? I feel like it could be like stagnant emotions here as well. Feeling like it's not going to get to the 10. There's something hidden, or there's somebody keeping some kind of information private. It may be that there's some truth that needs to be spoken. It may be that this truth clears the air for some of you. It may be that this truth gets spoken after somebody walks away to manifest something better. Yeah, because this guy here has his red cloak on. He's like, look, I'm off to manifest. I've tasted from all of these cups and this isn't quite right. Maybe he's off to get another ingredient. So we have someone that is alert, somebody that is feeling very defensive. They've had this 10 of Swords moment, so now they're like, yeah, you try that again. I dare you. Like, I really dare you. Like, don't cross this line. It can also be about, maybe we've had this ending now and we've started this new job, but we're the new guy. We're the new guy that doesn't know what they're doing, and we're like, it's our first day, it's our first week, so we're feeling a little bit apprehensive, we're feeling a little bit nervous, a bit like everybody else is bigger than us in the office or better than us at something right now, but it's very hesitant energy. Very defensive energy, wanting to run away emotionally, not feeling like there's an investment here. Yeah, maybe it's feeling like, but however, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse can also be the Midas touch. Yeah, this can either be a really waste of investment, or it can be like, wow, we just hit the jackpot with this. So you may feel like somebody's lying. Yeah, or somebody's not being honest. Maybe there's no communication. Maybe they're not even coming forward at all. Yeah, but we have this Tower moment. Yeah, and we're having this Tower moment because somebody is possibly feeling like they've been a victim in a circumstance. Somebody is pulling back their emotions. Yeah, somebody maybe has stopped building the tower. Yeah, somebody may have had a sudden realization. Yeah, that somebody wasn't as invested as they wanted. This is like a page approaching a queen. Yeah, they weren't willing to put in the work. They weren't willing to have that teamwork. Maybe somebody felt like they was a slave to love. Now, the King of Wands, he's kind of, how I see him here, he's turned his back on this justice. This King of Wands is like, I know you're lying, King of Swords. I know you're not being honest with me. I know that there's something that was a little bit deceptive around this. And you know what? I'm going to let you face your consequences. I'm going to turn my back on this. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to turn my back on it because I'm focusing on my life purpose. I'm focusing on self-nurture, self-love, needing to do what I need to do in order to progress in terms of my goals, my passions. Yeah, it's like they've turned their back on this justice because they know that for certain actions there's going to be consequences. There's going to be some karmic consequences for this. Yeah. However, it could also be that somebody is making a decision about two people here. Yeah. Now, they could be making a decision. It could either be about somebody making a choice between two people, or it could be that somebody's at a crossroads in life and they're a little bit unsure as where to go next. Yeah. But the King of Wands is saying to follow your passions, and that's next to the Justice and the Strength card. So Strength is all about the courage to follow our inner instincts, our passions. It's like having the courage to follow our inner child. Yeah, that's where the energy is asking us to go right now. Yeah. Now with the Justice card and the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers, I'm feeling like, especially with the Three of Cups here, somebody may get let go of, and they're getting let go of because of their actions. Possibly there's some kind of consequence for somebody's actions that have come into play. Now, somebody is releasing swords where they felt trapped by a situation. They're no longer wanting to feel trapped. They're wanting to go for that castle on the hill now. Yeah, they're wanting to take off the blindfold. They're wanting to follow their intuition. Maybe they weren't following their intuition before. Maybe it was a third-party situation, or maybe it was just a situation that dragged your energy down. Maybe there was people around you that were kind of blackballing you or saying, oh no, have you heard about blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You can also be saying not to get involved in office gossip here, because there could be some consequences to that. But the Two of Pentacles is definitely about trying to stay balanced with these changes. Now, I feel like you may have made a major decision recently, because we do have the Judgment card here. Yeah. And now you're trying to stay balanced with that, because we also have the angel of balance. Now, emotionally, you're trying not to get overwhelmed by a situation. You're trying to stay like thinking about just today, not thinking about tomorrow, not thinking about yesterday. The way to stay balanced is to focus on today. It's also about self-care, because your message from spirit is, we care about you, we want you to take care of yourself. So there's a need to find this self-care, self-love, in order to find that balance. Yeah, you may have had to make a decision or a judgment that was really hard. Now, with this judgment card, your higher self is asking you to use discernment when you're making decisions. Yeah, use rationality. Yeah, allow yourself to take some time. This card even says that maybe if you need to take 3 days to think about something, take 3 days, and hence where the hermit would come into this. So there's something that you're needing to kind of make your judgment on, and then sit back and allow the universe to kind of meet you at that crossroads. Yeah, allow the universe, like you're so focused on what you're doing that the universe may be the one delivering the consequences on your behalf. Not that we want people to have consequences, but it might be that in doing so, yeah, it may heal a situation perhaps. Now, don't allow anybody to come in with angry words, bitterness, and throw you off your game. Don't allow them to throw you off your game. We have choices here. We have options. Do you want to take the high road? Do you want to take the low road? Literally. Yeah, which would you like to take? Now, we've also got the medicine man or woman, which is talking about you being a healer in a past life. These are the past life cards. And it's saying that there's some kind of situation that you are healing. Yeah, you're going through some kind of endings of cycles, endings of karmic cycles as well, because we've got round and round, which talks about being caught in certain situations all the time. Maybe it's a relationship that feels like another relationship, and you're like, how did I get there again? This card allows us to fix the situation, to stop going around, and to look at the situation from a bird's eye view, from a bird's eye perspective. Yeah, maybe that's where we're needing to look at it with this judgment card. We're needing to be above the situation, looking in. Yeah, we also got see the other person's point of view. So you're being called to look at the other person's point of view. We're being called to find balance in a situation. Now, we also have new love. So it says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So maybe now we're needing to look at, maybe we're the ones that have to make the choice now between two lovers or two decisions in order to get this new start, this full card. Yeah, but maybe because of where we've been with that Ten of Swords, we're still feeling a little bit delicate, a little bit tender. So we're needing to do some inner child work. Yeah, we're needing to allow ourselves to take a leap of faith. Yeah, maybe we're needing to look at what's draining us emotionally. Not allowing things to kind of bring us down. We also got calling in your soulmate. So it says your visualizations, prayers, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Now, I feel like with the round and round card, either this situation, I feel like a situation, you may be waiting for a situation to come back again. It's like you're waiting for something to come back around. But we're needing to take at least those 3 days where it's saying to just allow balance to take place. And we're being promised a new start. There may be something that we have to let go of, though. Maybe it's friends that maybe don't accept a situation, or they feel like you've made a bad mistake. Like, why did you take that job over that job? Like, why are you going there? And maybe they can't understand that it's part of your life purpose. But I feel like with the round and round this time, it's like you do go round and round, except this time there's a chance to fix the energy. This time there's a chance to heal it. There's a chance to make something better. But it's going to take time, and it needs you to stay in balance. It needs you to stay focused emotionally and mentally. The universe is almost saying it's got your back there as well, because it's like in the Lover's card, it's very protected here. Let me take some clarification, actually. Okay. So for the King of Swords in reverse, we have the Devil in reverse. Then in the center, above the Two of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. Then we have the Ace of Wands above the Eight of Swords. The Seven of Wands. We may be having to defend something, a choice that we're making, a decision that we're making. But we are making it from an enlightened place this time. Can also see the Magician under there. So we're taking charge of this situation, especially with this Ace of Wands. There's a situation maybe other people don't think you should go into, or maybe other people don't think you should rebuild, or don't think is right for you. But I feel like you're taking a leap of faith, but people may see it as foolish, but I feel like you've had a lot of time to think about this. You've had a lot of time to work this out. You're defending a decision here, and you're releasing these swords, these mental swords. So all of these thoughts other people have told us, all of the things that, oh, you shouldn't do it that way, you should do it this way. And it's like we're making a decision where we're investing our energy. And it's going to take strength, it's going to take courage. And there's healing that's taking place. So maybe before you would have run away from a situation. Maybe this time you don't run away from it. You confront it. But you're waiting for the right timing in order to confront it. Maybe a decision about a masculine. You may have to release something toxic here, something very controlling. Maybe you take control of a situation. Maybe there's consequences for somebody's toxic behavior. So, but I do feel that there's something that works. You're looking at building something. And that may involve releasing a third party for some of you, or maybe somebody else has released a third party in order to come to you. Maybe your friends don't believe it. Maybe you just feel like you don't fit in at your new job. However, I feel like you will do. It will come full circle, and you'll be seen as a good team worker. Being watched over at work, new opportunities possibly at work. Now, they may be bigger than you're used to as well, but I feel like you can do it, especially with the Strength card and the Medicine card. It's like where something may have kept failing before, this time I feel like it's going to work. It's got that spark this time. This time it comes together where previously it may have not. Take care. Stay blessed. Hope this helps. Bye-bye.